Hello everyone. Our today's topic is flower, which is the site of sexual reproduction, and the reproductive structures of the plant is basically they include the flowers. So this section of information will include the information regarding the definition flower, what are the different parts of a flower, what are their functions, and what is the basic significance of the flower. So let's begin our topic. So the definition for flowers is flowers are basically the reproductive structures of the plant. It is a modification of shoots. Different types of plant bear different types of flower, but the basic structure is same in all the plant with some exception. What does it mean? Basically, flower is a specialized reproductive shoot of a flowering plants which consists of a receptacle on which are inserted some of the necessary flower parts. So what are the necessary flower parts? They are being described into the four components. So basically they are calyx, corolla, stamens and pistils. So a flower is a modified condensed shoot specialized to carry out sexual reproduction in higher plants. Like a branch, it arises in the axil of a small leaf-like structures known as bracts, the terminal part of the axis of the flower, which supports all the floral appendages like sepals, petals, stamens and carpels, is called as receptacle, which is also known as thalamus or torus. The receptacle consists of several crowded nodes which are separated by condensed internodes. That's why flower is a specialized reproductive shoot, because most of the shoots they are having nodes and internodes. So the internode of the branch that lies below the receptacle is known as pedicel. A bract is usually situated at the base of the pedicel. Sometimes small leaf-like structures are present in the middle of the pedicel and they are known as bracteoles. So let's see what is next. See, a simple hibiscus rosa sinensis flower is being shown here. Now let's see what are the different parts of a flower. So a typical flower, which is the reproductive part of a plant, it basically consists of outer layers of sepals which are altogether known as calyx. The next, inner wall containing petals, which comprises the different colored structures in the flowers. Basically whatever colored part you are seeing in the flower is the petals. In some of the flowers they may be fragmented or they may be scented. They may secrete some essential oils so as to attract the insects, and in some they are basically colored one. So altogether they form a whorl which is known as corolla. The very next, that is interior to the petals, lies the whorl of stamens, which are the basic male reproductive structures of the flower, which consist of anthers and filaments. Next to it, that is the innermost whorl or the part of the flower, is a pistil, which is the female reproductive structure. Let's see. In this picture you can see the two whorls of the epicalyx and calyx. So calyx, basically these are the broader leaves which are being shown here. So these are small green colored leaf like structures seen in flowers. They basically provide protection to the flower in their bud condition. So most of the typical angiospermic flowers, they consist of four whorls of floral appendages which are attached to the receptacle, and they are calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Androecium is basically the male part and gynoecium is the female part. Of these, two lower whorls, that is the outer whorls, that is calyx and corolla, are sterile and they are considered as non-essential because no reproductive functions are taking place inside them. That's why they are being known as non-essential or accessory or helping whorls. The innermost two, or you can say the uppermost whorls, which includes the male and female, that is androecium and gynoecium, they are the fertile regions of the flower and they are considered as the essential or reproductive whorls. So these floral parts are basically the sepals. They, when they all together comprises and form a whorl, they are known as calyx. I have also labeled in this picture. So calyx is basically the outermost whorl of floral leaves. The individual leaf segment of the calyx is known as sepal. So sepals are essentially green in color, but in some cases they are colored like petals. Such a condition of calyx is known as petaloid. Usually they are protective in function and protect the other floral parts in bud condition. They prevent rapid transpiration from the inner parts of the flower. They may fall immediately after the flower opens or may remain persistent and protect the developing fruits. Sometimes they may attract the insects when they are variously colored, red, blue, yellow, orange, etc. They closely resemble the leaves because each of them possesses three leaf traces. Next to this is the petals. So petals, they are big colored leaf-like structures seen in flowers. So they are known as petals. Their function is to attract pollinators. So the red colored petals, big one I have shown here with the yellow marking, are the petals of hibiscus, that is China rose plant. So corolla is the second whorl of the floral leaves that arise inner to the calyx. The individual leaf of the corolla is known as petal. Petals are generally brightly colored and sometimes fragrant, which makes the flower to become attractive. Petals usually attract the insect pollinators and help in pollination. The petals and sepals together form the floral envelope. Let's see what is next. It's the stamens. So here you can see the yellow colored structures, not the red one. So yellow color dotted structures, they are basically the anthers, and the structures through which they are attached to this staminal tube, that is red colored tube, is the filament. So stamens, these are the male reproductive parts of the flowers. They basically consist of anthers and filaments. So biologically, the male part is known as androecium. It is the third whorl of the floral appendages that arises inner to the corolla. The individual appendage is known as stamen, which represents the male reproductive organ. Each stamen consists of anther and filament. Usually anthers are bilobed and contain 4 microsporangia or pollen sacs, but sometimes they have only one lobe and 2 microsporangia. The portion of the stamen which connects the anther and the filament is known as connective. Next is pistil, which is also known as gynoecium, and in some of the books it has been mentioned as carpel. These are the female reproductive organs of the plant. It consists of stigma. You can see stigma is not shown here. So you can see the style and ovary. Its function is to produce seeds. So gynoecium is basically the fourth and the last whorl, which is interiorly situated in the flower, or you can say in the floral appendages of the reproductive shoot, that is flower. Each carpel resembles a leaf in having 3 vascular traces. The gynoecium represents the female reproductive organ of the plant, and basically it can have 3 distinct parts, that is ovary. It is the basal swollen part of the carpel or gynoecium which bears one or more several ovules. Stigma, it is the receptive spot where the pollen grains, they are being fallen down by the pollinators or through air, whatever be the means of pollination, and the style through which the pollination or pollen tubes, they move from stigma to the ovary. It is a connection between stigma and ovary. So what are the basic significance of flowers and what functions they are having? So flowers are basically the modified shoots to perform the function of sexual reproduction. The fertile leaves become microsporophylls or stamens and megasporophylls or carpels, which bear anthers and ovules respectively. The anthers produce pollen grains and the ovule possesses the egg. The flowers of most of the angiosperms are shaped variously to help diverse modes of pollination. Flowers provide seed for the germination of pollen, development of pollen tube, formation of gametes, and fertilization. The ovary part of the carpel gets transformed into fruit, and the ovules are transformed into the seeds after the fertilization, which is the very basic significance of the flower. So angiospermic flowers, most of the angiospermic flowers, they are producing seeds. So basic definition for angiosperm is that they are the seed producing organisms. Some floral parts like calyx and various modifications in ovaries help in the disposal of fruits and seeds. The very basic information that is the regarding the flower is also included in the slide. That is, the structure of the flower is not always same as the number of sepals, petals, stamens and pistils, which may vary from different flowers to flowers, and sometimes some of these parts may even be absent. So sometimes you can have only the 3 whorls or 4 whorls, 2 whorls, depending upon the type of flower, the nature of flower and mechanism of pollination. So we have n number of angiospermic species in this world. So as per the nature's design, flowers may vary in some of their specific or basic references. So this slide was basically to tell you all these things, that most of the structural similarities which is found in majority of the flowers is not always same for each and every case. Thank you.